This shop has heard it all. Real stories, real men. Welcome to the podcast, Behind the Chair.
Southside baby standing on biz. Got no life, I'm standing on his. 3 days later, we resurrected, all perfected, standing on biz.
This your boy, D, your favorite barber. Hello, everybody. This is D, your host today of Behind the Chair podcast. Man, I am super duper excited about today's guest. Y'all gonna love him. One thing about my guest today, he's my community neighbor, but more than that, he's my brother. He's an awesome father. He's a phenomenal husband. He's a business owner. I think he owns a school. I mean, he owns a phenomenal book downtown Matthews. He's a gatekeeper in this city, which I think he's a gatekeeper here. But today we're going to talk about how does your faith align, particularly in the creative space. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're somebody that's looking to write a book, publish a book.
Come on.
If you're somebody that just want to say, you know what, I'm just interested in entrepreneurship, period. This is the episode for you.
That's right.
All right. So listen, without further ado, Mr. Brian Dixon.
Let's go.
Listen, man.
Hey, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming on today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
man.
a
Tell us
privilege.
a little bit about yourself, man.
That's right. Well, my core philosophy, I believe that whatever you've been through isn't wasted when you share it with somebody else.
Yeah.
The Bible says God works all things together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Yeah. And so what I've discovered is that your hard story can become your hope story. And I believe everybody has a hope story to share.
Yeah.
And the thing that you're ashamed of is actually your superpower. And so if you tell it with craft and with confidence, then the way that you share your story of shame can actually help somebody else play the game.
Wow.
And so whatever it is, I mean, we're talking about heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Abortion, pornography, affairs, right? Like hard depression, anxiety.
That's right.
But when you share your story, somebody else says, I didn't think anybody else went through that.
Correct.
And when you share your story of courage, you encourage somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm all about, helping other people tell their story, publish their story.
Yeah.
Because we run a book publishing company.
Yeah.
But really it's all about just seeing that God's not done.
Correct.
That God's, as long as you have life and breath, God's still working in your heart. And you're not here for you. You're here to share that story with other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, man. Let me ask you this. So you talked about some of these tough topics that people are afraid to speak about.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
So-
we don't talk about, who's going to talk about the world?
Correct.
Sabrina Carpenter?
Correct.
Come on.
Correct. So if you have somebody that you know have a story that you say, man, you know, I think you should talk about this. Like you want to write about this, but I think you should write about that.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody that was in that space that you say, you know what? That's a good idea. I think that's great. But I think you should need to touch this particular subject. How do you pull it out of an individual?
Every day. That happened like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first thing is I try not to use the word should.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't should on people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't like when people should on me either.
Correct.
Because I found that a mind convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Right? If I say, I think you should do this, if they don't really believe it, they're not going to do it anyway.
Correct.
So what I try to do a little bit is like help them see that what's obvious to them is magic to other people.
Correct.
Because you can't read your own label because you're in the bottle.
Yeah.
Right? So I look at my story, I'm like, that's just my story. That's not unique. It's not different.
Yeah.
But then somebody else looks at me and goes, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And they go, wow, tell me about that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's really just about encouragement. And what I've discovered is the best thing that I can do to encourage somebody else to get their story out is to show them the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few.
Yeah.
To show them, listen, there are so many people that could really benefit, and it's not about you at all.
Correct.
And when they see the people that are hurt and helpless and harassed, then they have a choice. Is it about me, fear of man, or is it fear of God?
Yeah.
And I'd much rather hear good, well done, good and faithful servant, and get canceled online than get accepted by the world and hear, you could have been a better steward of that talent I gave you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love what you just said because I can really relate to that because my wife and I went through a family tragedy 2020. And at first we said, we'll kind of keep it close to our heart. We won't share with anybody.
Yeah.
But when we began to just share with people that we trust, they said, oh, wow, y'all been through that too. And then they said, you mind if we share your story? And we actually did a mini docuseries with Austin,
Come on.
him and his wife. And
Austin, the legend.
we recorded it, and I'm going to tell you, man, it blessed so many people.
That's right.
If you'd have told me then that our story
Yeah.
could have blessed and helped so many people heal,
Yeah.
oh, man, we'd have done it from the jump street.
We're so afraid of intimacy.
Yeah.
But I love, somebody else has said it, I stand on the shoulders of giants. Anything I say is not original with me. I just learn a lot.
Yeah.
But intimacy is actually into me see. To see into me.
To see into me, yeah.
To let somebody else see into you is the greatest gift you could give.
Yeah.
It's the greatest gift you could give. And like, it's very normal. Our great-great-great-grandfather, Adam, who were both in the same family,
Correct.
he hid. We naturally hide because we go into shame or we go into blame, somebody else's fault.
Yeah.
But we don't play the game.
Yeah.
So those are your three options.
Yeah.
And I say, hey, as long as you're still here, you still have you have a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah.
So run the play.
Run the play.
Run the play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so when you share with vulnerability, what's the worst that can happen? Your mother-in-law is going to find out?
Correct.
She probably already knows.
She probably know.
She probably already knows. And it's not for her anyway.
Correct.
I would much rather help a whole bunch of guys get freedom or a whole bunch of ladies write their book than my mother-in-law go, have an opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the more vulnerable I am and the more I lead with integrity and clarity, the more that my family's like, way to go.
Absolutely.
You know? But
Absolutely.
Jesus said a prophet has honor everywhere except his hometown.
Home country.
It was his family that didn't even believe in him.
Yeah.
There's a verse that they want him to stop preaching.
Yeah.
And so if you keep looking at your family about what will they think about you sharing your story,
Correct.
you're choosing the wrong family right now.
Absolutely.
That's hard.
It is. It is.
What did your family think about when you and your wife shared that hard story from 2020?
Well, they thought we should have kept it private.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, they should have said, well, you don't want to tell anybody that story.
That's Job's wife. You just gotta,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, even like daily, what we get a chance to do here, even with men,
Yeah.
you know, men, we have this false facade that we're just so macho and no, really what we are, we're just so puffed up at times with pride and those types of things.
Yeah.
But one thing I recognize is when you get a chance to really get men comfortable, they have layers and layers. It's like an onion. You help them unpeel those layers of onion.
Yeah.
And then you realize like, wow, we have so much commonality after all.
That's right.
But it happens when you begin to share your story. Sometimes what I recognize is sometimes you have to shoot the ball first. You got to share first.
Of course.
And then they'll share.
Yep.
And I think that's not just with men, that's with children. That's with women. You know, my wife and I've been married, going on 18 years.
Come on.
I've had to learn that.
Yeah.
Because they like to see men open up and share and communicate.
That's right.
Because they say all the time what communication is the key to a successful relationship, but it's really effective communication is what's the key. Yeah. Because you can just be talking but not really be sharing your story like you should and just being vulnerable. So I think that's very, very, very key. Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, I think as a guy, one of the most powerful things you can say is, I'm not sure. I don't know. Or that's a good question.
Yeah.
Like I'm the one guy on our team. So we have a team of 26 people at our publishing company. I'm the only guy that works on our team.
Yeah.
And I really try to see myself as like, I'm the garbage man. Like my job is to do the lowest job, whatever the lowest job is. And I have found that there's been a shift in my leadership style of, hey, I'm going to bring the answer and you just listen to my answer.
Yeah.
Smartest guy in the room. And I realized that was coming from a place of weakness and fear.
Yeah.
And I think there's a place of confidence and strength when I can step back and I say, well, what do you think we should do?
Yeah.
And they're right anyway.
Yeah.
They already know. With my COO, we have a joke that she was right 6 months ago. It just took me 6 months to listen. So I'm trying to shorten that time. Same with my wife. It's like, hey, she already kind of knows.
She know.
There's the wisdom of a godly woman.
Yeah.
And I think we as men are wise to lean in. We still need discernment, right?
Correct.
Because like Adam was deceived by listening to his wife.
Correct.
So that can get real thorny.
Yeah.
So we still need wisdom.
Yeah.
But there's so much there that the women in our lives see that we don't see. And
That's right.
I joke with them, like my job is to surround myself with smart women and listen to them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I love the fact that the wife that I have, I mean, she's tremendous. Like the season in our life where I recognized the value in my wife was when I had transitioned to come into this industry.
Yeah.
I used to design houses.
Come on.
I went to school to
I didn't know
design
that. That's
houses,
awesome.
right?
That's awesome.
So the economy tanked. And in my mind, I was built to think that my value is when I can earn an income. I can bring in a certain amount of dollars. So what do you do when you can't bring that in? My identity was in those things. But my wife was so wise that she said, D, you think your only income is financial? She said, your presence is so important. So just the value of a wife is so critical. So I've learned that you probably need to listen to your wife because she's probably right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, man.
That's wise.
So let's go back into your story a little bit. So writing.
Yeah.
When did you first discover writing was a part of your calling?
It's so funny. I think my first book idea, I'll go back to my first book idea because I think that's really where, okay, so an entrepreneur, what's the definition of an entrepreneur, right? An entrepreneur is somebody who sees a problem. They see a need.
Yep.
And it's not their need. It's not their problem.
Yeah.
But they take ownership of a problem that's not theirs and they figure out a solution for other people.
Other people.
And I think that's what a really good author does too. They see a problem that people have and they go, wait a second, I think I could help.
Yeah.
And either they've already done it. I think the best books are the ones that they live the hard story and they're like, people are still struggling with this. Well, I struggled. Here's how to get out of it.
Correct.
Right? So I was a public school teacher in Columbia, South Carolina. It's my first year teaching.
I didn't know South. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
come
I didn't know
on.
that. All right.
E.L. Wright Middle School.
All right.
7th grade language arts teacher.
Wow.
Yeah. And man, I didn't know what I didn't know. I mean, I was so green.
Yeah.
So green. And I remember I was a young teacher. And so there were 3 other language arts teachers in the 7th grade. So they just made a roster of all the kids they didn't want. And they gave me those
you that
kids
roster.
first year teaching.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out how to be a good teacher. Most of my kids were below grade level. So I was trying to figure out, I mean, literally 7th grade, and I'm trying to teach them how to read.
Wow.
So I was not equipped at all.
Yeah.
And there were a couple kids in my class that I knew kind of from the community that went to church. They were believers.
Yeah.
And I just saw how much they struggled in 7th grade to like shine their light.
Yeah.
Like and not compromise.
Yeah.
And I got real fired up and I thought, you know what? I would love to write like a devotional, like a Bible study for Christian kids in the public school.
Wow.
So I called it Daily Living in the Lion's Den.
Wow.
And I was like, that would be so cool.
That's powerful.
You know?
Yeah.
And what really hit me is it was my first year teaching at a public school. And I had my Bible on the desk, on my teacher's desk in the classroom.
Yeah.
And I got I think it was an email. I got an email from my school principal and she said, separation of church and state. You got to put your Bible away.
Correct.
Now, knowing what I know now, I
Right.
should have thought that.
100%.
But I put it in the drawer
Yeah.
and I thought, well, maybe this is the way to reach the kids.
Yeah.
So I went to the bookstore. I found something about book proposals because I'm like, I think you need a publisher. So I wrote a book proposal and I mailed it to 17 Christian publishers.
Wow.
And I'm like, one of them's going to pick my book.
Out of 17, right.
Yeah. And so then I waited and it was like a couple weeks and I'd go check my mailbox every day. And I finally got a letter from one of those publishers and I didn't want to open it. I got my family together that night. I got my family together. We were having dinner.
Yeah.
And I said, guys, I have a special announcement.
Drum roll.
I got a letter from a publisher.
Yeah.
So I remember I open up this letter. I tear it open real carefully. I tear it open. I won't call it the publisher, but I know who they are. And I read the letter. And I thought it would say, Dear Brian.
Right. Congratulations.
You're a legend.
Right.
What a heart for God, You know what it said? Dear Sir or Madam, unfortunately, we can't publish your work. We received too many solicitations and therefore we can't. And then over the course of the next couple of weeks, rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter.
Wow.
And I went, this is how this publishing thing works?
Yeah.
There's no way to get in the door. I felt like a rapper with a mix CD, trying to get a label deal, hustle. And what I wish I did, looking back now, is that I wish I started a Bible study, invited those kids.
Correct.
I wish I started doing curriculum. I wish I started doing social media, but instead I quit.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, I wrote a little marriage book proposal, got rejected. Then a couple years later, I just kept getting rejected. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's really where it started, is just understanding that there's a real big difference between writing and publishing.
Yeah.
And if I never publish my words, then nobody's ever going to see them.
Correct.
And so that was kind of how I got started with this.
Wow.
And I think I took rejection as a challenge. You know, it's like, oh, this is hard. I need to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
You know, so it became my hobby, my passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you use rejection versus it being something that can hinder you, but to help mold and shape character and the way you do things even moving forward, right?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because, you know, looking forward, it never makes sense.
Correct.
Right? It's like anything God calls you to do. Like looking forward, you're like, it's basically like, what's the least logical, dumbest thing you could do, but you feel called to do it? That's usually where he's leading, because he wants you to trust him.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And now, yes, you have some skills. So I think that's an indication of where to go.
Correct.
Like, how are you naturally bent? What
Correct.
are you good at?
Correct.
But also, it's usually the two-sided coin. You know, the thing you're really good at is also kind of your fatal flaw.
Correct.
And so I think it's just that persistence and that just never quit that led me to where I eventually was, which I got the big book deal finally. It took me 17 years.
17 years.
So 17 rejections, 17 years. I think that's awesome. I got that big book deal. I mean, like literally, they're throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars at me to do the book. And then they did it. And I was like, that's it?
That's it.
I could have done that. It wasn't that good. I mean, the book was good, but like the quality of what was offered.
Yeah.
And I went, there's got to be a better way, you know? And that's really where we started doing writing coaching and publishing coaching and eventually doing books, publishing books.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So tell me about the origin of Hope Books. Tell me a little bit about that story.
Come on.
How'd that come into play?
Yeah. So I stayed a school teacher. I was a school teacher for 7 years.
Okay.
And I remember it was my second year at E.O. Wright in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yep.
And all the teachers had a work day.
Yeah.
And we had this big assembly. And I'm like, this must be a big deal. And I was probably 22, 23 years old. And this lady walks in and she's like 30, like not that much older than me.
Yeah.
And she did a workshop the whole day. And I was like, what? Like, that's the dream.
Yeah.
She gets to travel and coach and train. I was like, how did she do that? I taught, her name was Jennifer, and I talked to her afterwards, like, what's the deal? And she got her doctoral degree. I was like, that's it. Like, I'm young, but I can go get my degree.
Yeah.
So we looked at doctoral programs. We moved to San Diego to find this doctoral program that was great. So I went and got my doctoral program, and that led to being a leader and speaking at conferences.
Yeah.
And that was really like kind of the next step.
Yeah.
And so all that is a long story, but basically 14 years in K-12, started a charter school, and it was a nonprofit. Got it off the ground. There's a whole bunch of stories there, but the whole process, I ended up kind of documenting how I did it, and that was my first real book that I wrote and published.
Okay.
And when I came out with that, I was like, this is so cool. You can take the launching the charter school was like a 3 to 4 year process. So I took this like process and I put it in a book that people could buy and read.
Okay.
And it just hit me like, my thing's about starting schools, using social media to get your school off the ground.
Correct.
But what about how to prevent kids from killing themselves? What about how to repair your marriage? What about how to be a missionary? It just, when the book came out, I remember looking at it and going, there are other people that have bigger ideas than me, and they're stuck.
Yeah.
And so I had this opportunity to leave education. Somebody I've been following online for a while was he worked at a publisher, and he left to start his own thing, and he was looking for somebody to help him with some marketing. And so I took the leap from a $150,000 salary down to, what did he pay me? It was like 40 part-time, so I could get my feet wet in this industry.
Yeah.
And so his name's Michael Hyatt. He's very well known in the publishing world.
Yeah.
And I worked with him for about 6 to 8 months, and it was just enough to get me started.
Yeah, get your feet wet.
Yeah, and through that, I met other people, and eventually, about a year later, a couple of friends of mine and I, we started a membership site.
Okay.
And the membership site's called Hope Writers.
Okay.
So to help people share their message, write their message of hope.
Yeah.
And so literally, it's been 10 years. For 10 years, we've had a monthly membership site. There's a fee. So we built an income, we built an impact, we built a community.
Yeah.
And so for 10 years, we've had an annual conference. We have a weekly training. We have a Facebook community. And that was like how we got started is helping people figure out their story and start writing.
Yeah. I love that, man.
Yeah.
I think the way you just laid out your whole story is just phenomenal.
Thank
But
you.
somewhere in there had to be some speed bumps.
Every day.
There had to be some things that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna tap out, I'm gonna quit. How did you get through seasons where you said, you know what, I'm out, I'm gonna pivot, I'm gonna do something completely different? Because in business, you do have moments where there's a lot of uncertainty. But share a story or share like, how did you get through some of those challenges?
Yeah. Before we started recording, we talked about the word should.
Correct.
And I think that there's something about letting go of your shoulds. Like I should get this job or I should do this thing.
Yep.
And so for me, the education was a big should in my life.
Yeah.
And I kept being double-minded, right? Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
He does, right?
I mean, literally like every Friday when I was in education, I'm like, should I do this next year?
Yeah.
Is this my calling?
Yeah.
I never felt settled.
Yeah.
When I started working with authors, it was like a light bulb went off.
Yeah.
And I realized this is my life calling.
Correct.
Forever and ever, I'm going to do this.
Correct.
Until I have life and breath, I'm going to help authors.
Yeah.
And so just to discover that. And so I would really say like, I talk about this in my book, Start With Your People. Like figure out your sweet spot is where the world's greatest need and your greatest passion meet.
Yeah.
And so passion still has to have a paycheck, but there's a way to get paid for your passion today.
Correct.
But you have to figure out like, what would you do if you had a day off?
Yeah.
Like what kind of thing would you explore? Or you go to the bookstore, where would you go? What are you interested in?
Yeah.
What if the thing that you're interested in could actually pay your bills, right? The Bible says, delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart.
Yeah.
Put him first, delight yourself in the Lord,
Yeah.
but then he'll give you the desires of your heart. So what's your heart's desire?
Yeah.
And I realized my heart's desire is helping other people get
other
their
people.
message out.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't teaching. And I felt bad about that.
Yeah.
But I realized like, that's not my passion.
Yeah.
It's not really how I'm wired.
Correct.
So as soon as I started doing coaching for writers, I like literally, not one day I've thought about quitting.
Yeah.
Like not one. It's been 11 years of knowing exactly this is what I need to do. Now there have been slow months. There have been hardship.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot there, but never, I'm not going to do this.
Correct.
Do this.
Correct.
It's like, oh, that's not working. Let's do it this way. That's not working. Let's do it this way.
Correct.
And slowly, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, you start to figure it out.
Yeah, but you're moving forward at the same time.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you go, how did I get here?
Yeah.
You know, and that's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can relate to that a lot, man, because I remember 2008, 2009, I transitioned through another industry and I got laid off three times in 1 year. So I was already in the transition in my mind, but also in my relationship with my wife because we had just got married.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it was tough, but already I was praying for God, give me a passion, right? I learned real quickly, be very careful what you pray for. You may just get it.
That's right.
It may not be packaged the way you wanted to be packaged.
It never is.
But during that time, I didn't know it was going to be packaged in a series of layoffs.
Yeah.
So going through that last year in that industry of designer houses, man, I would just be like, man, I got to do this 8 more hours. And what I would do literally, I'm not even a smoker. I would go to like outside and be with the smokers just so I can be with people.
Yeah.
Hang out in the bathroom because guess what? I'll see people.
That's right.
And I began to recognize and realize, wow, I have a passion for people.
I love that.
And to your point, I think to the day, I'll be 110 years old when I go see the Lord, but
Come on.
I'll always be in the people business, always.
That's right.
But it took that crushing and that struggle and that challenge and those moments where you wanted to quit and stop and do a U-turn. It was during those moments that it made me recognize what my real purpose was really about.
I love that.
Yeah.
I have our authors do an exercise
Yeah.
where it's basically like your story map. You go back.
Yeah.
And there's highs and lows in your life.
Yep.
The highs are fun to think back on.
Correct.
I got that award or this cool thing happened.
Correct.
It's the lows that we really remember.
Yeah.
So there's a few, but there's kind of 3 lows that I think about when I look back. One of them is I was a preacher's kid. My dad was a preacher growing up. And I remember like there was this cool kid. I was living in New Jersey and we were moving from New Jersey to Canada.
Yeah.
That's a longer story.
Yeah.
But it was like the last week of me living in New Jersey, and I kept asking the cool kid in my class to come over to my house. And I think his mom kind of made him. And he was only there for like 10 minutes. And then he kept saying, where's my sister? Where's my sister? Like, in other words, I need to leave. I need my sister to pick me up. And unpacking that, I felt such rejection. So that's like one of my core hard stories, right?
Yeah.
And then there's another one of like really wanting this video camera that we just couldn't afford.
Yeah.
But my friend had one, and I would try to borrow it all the time. He would never let me borrow it.
Yeah.
But I remember this feeling of like, I really want that, and I want to use it. I want to make cool stuff, but I can't.
Can't get it.
You know? And so looking back on some of these hard stories, I go, those have actually made me relatable to my ideal clients.
Correct.
Right? That my authors who I love to work with have been rejected and feel rejected.
Yeah.
And so what do? We built community. That my ideal writers feel like they want to share their message, but they don't know how. Just like I wanted to make movies, but I didn't know how because I didn't have a camera, you know? And it's really cool to look back.
Yeah.
Like first of all, why would anybody fire you? That makes no sense.
Correct.
Right?
I
But
agree.
looking back, it's
I
like that rejection that you felt led to you creating this amazing place that people feel welcome.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's actually not a trauma. I hate that word. People use that word so much. Like, your trauma is actually a treasure
Wow.
because God didn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that it's really popular right now to like use that word trauma or anxiety.
Yep.
And I look at it and I'm like, wait a second.
Correct.
I give you verses that rebuke that,
That combat
rebuke that.
Correct.
So I'd rather stand on God's word than worldly wisdom.
Correct.
First. But then second, to look at it and go, actually, God says that's a gift.
Yeah.
That's a gift.
Yep.
So real quick, what I've discovered is, as a believer, we're called to use the tools of the culture to share the message of eternal truth.
Yeah.
And so what are the tools of the culture? And we have TikTok and YouTube. And I think back to Hudson Taylor or Amy Carmichael or the Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
And can you imagine?
Oh.
Can you imagine explaining to Peter or Paul this magical device?
Yeah. Yeah.
And saying, I have this thing, I can press 2 buttons and go live, and the whole world can see it for free.
Correct.
But I won't press record.
Yeah.
But Peter used prison. He would let himself get thrown in prison. Paul let himself get whipped. So he had a platform.
Yeah.
He would go use the Romans roads
Correct.
so he could share the message.
Yep.
And we have social media, but we're like, I'm afraid of what people think of me.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
So what's the tool that you have right in front of you?
Right in front of you.
Your trauma is your tool.
That's right.
Use it.
Yeah.
Share your story of rejection or affair or pornography struggle or whatever it is, because that's going to open a door that only God could have opened.
Correct. That's exactly right.
That's right.
And the big lie is this fact that nobody want to hear that story. You can't help nobody in that story. That's the biggest lie, right?
Such a big lie.
I know one thing, and I love what you said. Most of my parenting with my kids, you know, we have 6 children. I use a lot of my
and you're
struggle.
still going?
No. No. Matter of fact, I had a consultation last Monday.
Come on, let's go.
I'm about to shut it down. I'm retired from making babies. But no, I use a lot of my story like when I get a chance to share with my kids. Because it's one thing if you say to your children, especially teenagers, your son, how old is
13.
he? 13.
Oh, no,
yeah.
it's 16. My daughter's 13.
Okay.
I have a 13, 16, and a 10-year-old.
So you know that teenage age, right?
Yeah. I love teenagers.
I love teenagers because they're really good at like reading like between what's truth and what's lies.
They have a BS detector.
100% they
Yeah,
do.
they do.
So with my kids, one time I do is I literally tell them some of my struggles.
That's right.
But I don't
real.
do it. I don't do it in such a way where I say I'm reliving my glory days. I'll say, look, I understand where you at because I've been there. I've been in that pit before. But this is how I overcame it.
That's good.
I overcame it. And they'll say, "Nah, Dad, really for you? You been through this?" No. I said, "No, y'all know the redeemed daddy.
That's right.
Y'all don't know the unredeemed dad."
That's right.
So I said, but it's really good to share those stories like that because, like you said, that's your power, that's your message, that's your testimony. They overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of the testimony.
Word of the testimony.
Yeah, so that's
most
what
powerful thing you have.
That's what it's all about. It's all about helping other people overcome.
And you know what? In a world of AI, the only thing that AI will never do, AI doesn't create, right? It only consolidates. It collects.
Yeah.
It can repurpose
Yeah.
or it can combine, but it doesn't have the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So it can't create new things.
Correct.
Right? And so your story is the gift that you can share.
Yeah.
You can use AI in really cool ways to like edit it or like combine it or make it shorter for Facebook or whatever. Like I use AI every day.
Yeah.
But AI doesn't write for me.
Correct.
But it helps me share the message I already have.
Yeah, it's a supplement.
Yeah, which is really amazing.
Correct.
You know, but like what you've been through, what your own perspective, like that's always unique to you.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get stuck on, oh, there's somebody else more famous that already talked about that. They might have already talked about that, but they didn't live where you lived.
Correct.
You know, they didn't have the same zip code or same skin color or the same age or the same, balding hair or what have you.
Yeah.
And there's something about the way you say it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be new. It just needs to be true.
Yeah.
And when they see Brian say it, he said the same thing, but he said it in a way that I could hear it.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And that's why we have to share the words that we have.
Absolutely.
Because you just don't know how it will land with the right person.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say to that individual that say, you know what, I've been procrastinating. I got this idea. I want to do this. I want to publish this book.
That's right.
What would you say to that individual that's just, imprisoned to their own fears and self-doubts?
Oh, so good.
How would you help that person release themselves from that mental prison?
It's action.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to take action. Face the fear, do it anyway.
Yeah.
So my little exercise that I teach is back from your future.
Okay.
So imagine it's your last day on earth. Okay. You're like 110. You're 110.
Correct.
Okay. And you're looking at your bookshelf.
Yeah.
And you have this bookshelf and it's all the books you've published in your entire life. And you're like, I spent my whole life sharing my story. Look at all the books on my shelf.
Yeah.
And then you go back from that future to today and you look at that bookshelf and you see how many books are on there right now.
Yeah.
It's 0.
Yep.
And you go, okay, how did I get to 12? How did I get to 20 books?
Yeah.
I ask our authors on webinars, like, how many books are in your life shelf? They're like, 50. I'm like, awesome. If you died today, how many are on there?
Yeah.
0. Okay. Let's get the first one done.
Yeah.
First one's not going to be great.
Yeah.
Zechariah 4:10 says, do not despise the small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Your first book's not going to be great, but neither was your first record, your first dribble of basketball, your first time you went on a date.
Yeah.
Nothing first time is good,
Yeah.
but we live in the microwave American Idol culture where we expect everybody to be perfect day one.
Correct.
It's not. It takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
It does.
You got to put the reps in.
Yep.
Right. So that's where I'd say get out of your head and start serving people.
Yeah.
Start showing up.
Yeah.
And do it for 90 days. That's my trick.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, just do it. Don't have an opinion. Just do it. Follow somebody that you trust.
Yeah.
And do it for 90 days. Day 91, you can have an opinion.
Yeah.
But you got to put the reps in first.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are experts at things that they've never done before.
Yeah.
So get to work.
Yeah.
Get to work.
I love that. I was actually interviewed last week about some of the same content,
on.
right?
Yeah.
But I like talking to business owners, right?
That's right.
But this guy wasn't a business owner. He's thinking about stepping into that space, and he saw me from I'm at the mountaintop perspective, right? And I said, well, okay. I said, but if that's how you see me, but you don't understand like what it took for me to get to that point.
Oh
right?
my goodness.
So he began to say, have you ever, dealt with challenging this, that, and the third in business, and how did it affect your family at home? And I said, well, I'll share this with you. I went through. A lady ran her car into the barbershop year 3.
Come on.
So it took me 3 years to really start to really begin to earn an income.
Yeah.
So right when I felt like I was there, a lady just like boom crashed into the barbershop, shut me down for about 3 months, lost all my staff.
Oh.
And then once I kind of got back to it, COVID hit.
Yeah.
Right.
That's real.
So here's the thing I had to learn is tragedy at times is really the incubator for creativity. Because it's going to make you get to a point where it's going to incubate you to a point and you're going to start thinking about, okay, look at these systems that I have in place that don't work. And these are systems that do work. So that's why I was sharing with him was I said, the thing is everything that you go through in life, everything, I don't care if it's something in your childhood. I don't care if it's something in your adulthood. All things work together for the good of those that love God. So I said, those are things that I've learned. And it actually what it did, it built character strength on the inside of me that translates to everything in life.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing how those things happen. But what about you? Have you ever dealt with any level of like just tragedy in business where you said, man, I didn't foresee this happening.
Oh yeah.
How did you overcome some of those challenges that you've been through?
That's a great question. Yeah. To answer your question, it's like every day that ends with the letter Y. you know, which is every day.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Romans 5:3-5 talks about suffering leads to endurance.
Yeah.
Endurance leads to character.
Yeah.
And character produces hope, and hope does not disappoint.
Disappoint.
So I'm not disappointed by suffering. I'm really learning to rejoice in suffering.
Correct.
And that's what it asks us to do.
Correct.
Rejoice in suffering, for
Yeah.
you know it'll
Yeah.
lead to endurance.
Yeah.
And so when there's suffering that comes, which it does come every day,
Yeah.
we're very public. And so I get at least one angry email or
Yeah. Yeah.
cancellation request or
Yeah.
refund request
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Everything from attorney letters all the way to a negative Facebook comment.
Yeah.
And everywhere in between.
Yeah.
Hey, let's rejoice.
Yeah.
Let's rejoice because this feels like suffering, but what's it going to do? It's going to produce endurance.
Correct.
Now, as a business owner, endurance means building systems
Yep.
and scaling your team.
Correct.
So it's gonna force us. It's exposing a weakness in our business that I need to take ownership and to build endurance.
Yeah.
Right. Endurance only comes by running.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a sprint. It's not endurance. A
good.
marathon's endurance.
That's good.
And I'm slow, so it takes me like 4.5 hours to run a marathon.
Yeah,
So it's like 4.5 hours of running is endurance.
Yep.
And that endurance, what does it do? It produces character. Character is leadership.
That's
right.
right.
Letting your life speak.
That's right.
And people seeing your good works and not glorifying you, but glorifying your Father in heaven.
Yeah.
Glorifying your Father in heaven. And my favorite part, because that's our name of our company, is the character produces hope.
Yeah.
That's your job, to produce hope. But it comes from your character. Right?
Yeah.
And so it's literally out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
The mouth speaks, yeah.
So I've got 11 years in to this business, right?
Yeah.
And so I built character.
Yeah.
And now I can speak from a place of authority.
Yeah.
And I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous to talk to you. I'm not
Correct.
nervous to be on camera.
Correct.
I don't have notes or scripts or anything.
Yeah.
Because it's 11 years.
Correct.
And it's just bleeding out of me.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so hopefully my character produces hope, and my hope will not disappoint.
Yeah.
And that literally means if I stand for the truth online,
Yeah.
in my business,
Yeah.
with a client who's lying or what have you, it's not going to disappoint.
Yeah.
Because it's hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there's many trials that we faced, but I've learned to look at them as back from my future.
Correct.
You know what? In a year from now, we're going to know the solution. I told my
Correct.
COO that's about something yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're working through something. And I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Good thing we have the answer.
Yeah.
She looked at me like, we don't have it. I'm like, Future us has it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to figure it out.
That's right.
And the Lord, you trust the Lord. He will reveal it to you.
Yeah.
You know, I told you just before I came over here, we finally got the signed agreement for the next office we're going to be in.
Correct.
But I really didn't sweat it this time.
Yeah.
Because from a place of character, I know it's going to come.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't come, that feels like suffering. Guess what? I need to grow in character. It's a win anyway.
It's a win regardless.
It's a win regardless.
Correct.
You take it all the way to the last day. You go the day after you die.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to your wife and kids?
Yeah.
They're going to mourn, but they're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
So how can I go all in?
All in.
And make the most of every single day I have.
Yeah.
Not worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not think about yesterday.
Yeah.
But go all in on today.
Yeah.
And that means eye to eye.
Correct.
With whoever you're talking to, be all there.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah. Let me talk to you about your team.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like when
I
you're
love my
building
team.
when you're building your team and you're identifying talent and you're identifying gifts.
Yeah.
What are some core values? Like what are some character traits that you definitely look for? Like when I think about like Jesus, when he was going through and selecting his disciples.
They're a ragtag bunch too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to the outside, they've been like, why did he choose this guy? Why did he choose that guy? Because Jesus saw something in those individuals, right?
He did.
They probably didn't see it in themselves. But
No.
but for you, when you get a chance to like build a team,
Yeah.
what are some things that you say, these are qualities that I must have? These are some qualities that I look for in an individual.
Yep.
What are some of those things that you use when you build your team?
I think it goes back to that Romans verse. I'm looking for character.
Yeah.
You just can't teach character.
Yeah.
You can teach skills.
Correct.
You can teach competency, but you can't teach character.
Correct.
So I'm looking for failure.
Yeah.
Did you have some sort of failure that you were able to overcome?
Correct.
So my COO, our COO, Erin, she's amazing. Right before she joined us, she had a business failure.
Yeah.
She bought a franchise. It didn't work out. There was a lot
Yeah.
of pain there.
Yeah.
And she was at a point of looking for building somebody else's dream because hers kind of just died.
Yeah.
And it's like she didn't quit. And it was like, that's who I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And she's tough as nails. and she's going to do what it takes.
Yeah.
And that's character.
Yeah.
But she might not know how to illustrate children's books, because that's one of the things we do.
Correct.
Right. And so I don't really look for competency. I look for character. And character comes from a challenge.
Absolutely.
So what's the rejection that they face? Tell me about your hardest day.
Yeah. How they
I love,
overcome.
that's my favorite interview question is what's the worst day of your life? Tell me about the worst day of your life. I'll usually start with that.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about the
That's
worst
a
day of your
good one.
life. And if they tell the truth, then I believe them. And if they don't, it's a 5-minute conversation.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I see our company, there's no difference between business and ministry. So I see our company as a soft place to land for people who have a hard story. And so that means our team. It definitely means our clients and our authors.
Yeah.
Like one of the books we're publishing right now, she's working through it. She wants to quit right now. And she's writing about her daughter trying to kill herself. And I'm like, of course you want to quit because it's really hard.
Yeah.
But we want to be a soft place for people with a hard story to land.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's what you look for is that character.
Yep.
And once you see it, you're like, I'm going to find a way to get you on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got to train them.
Yeah.
So we have 7 core values. Just today, literally today, we retaught our core values.
Yeah.
You have to follow some sort of a system.
Yeah.
People want reliability. They want dependability.
Correct.
I realize as a leader, I can't just spout off on Facebook because I affect not just my team, but I affect their kids. Their kids. That one hit me hard because I just kind of go off on this political thing or that.
Yeah.
And I just realized if I mess up, especially online, that affects this team member's daughter's shoes.
Yeah.
She won't be able to buy shoes because Brian said something stupid.
Correct.
So I think you lead with clarity, you lead with integrity, and people will know if they want to follow you.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. Any employee, they choose every day to show up. And the reason they show up is because they believe in you and they believe in the vision.
That's right.
And if they start showing up late or making excuses, they're already checked out.
Absolutely.
You're the last to know.
Absolutely.
As soon as they check out, it's time to check them out.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, you seem really checked out.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to transition. We're just going through that right now.
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
So once they show where they're at, like really believe them.
Yeah.
And go, we're going to help you move forward and bless you, but we're going to bless you to go somewhere else.
Somewhere else, yeah. That's so good that you said that. I literally had that experience last Thursday.
Yeah, it's real.
I'm very selective when I build my team as well. I look for character.
That's right.
And I think a lot of times people think that I'll bring my talent because what I have, you need it per se. I don't look for talent right away. I do lead with character. And one of the first things I do is I'll say, if somebody calls or walks in and they want to interview, I'll say, well, tell you what, call me tomorrow or, come by tomorrow at this particular time. And that's really my first test.
And that's it. Yeah,
if
they won't show up.
Yeah, so the guy, he didn't call me back.
No, of course
right?
not. Yeah.
But guess what? He called me back the next day. So you know what I did?
Too late.
I said, yeah. I said, I appreciate your interest, but I've moved on.
That's right.
And guess what? He may have been the most talented barber.
Yeah.
He could have been.
That's right.
But the thing is, if you can't have the level of integrity to say, if you really want this position, if you see value in it, you should be a man of your word, pretty much.
That's right.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'll give a test. Because when I'm out and about, at a function or whatever, and people hear what I do, they'll ask for advice. Yeah. And so my little test is I'll give you just a little bit of advice, and I want to see if you wrote it down. Yeah. That's it. So I'll say, hey, this is a book you need to order. This would really help you. Yeah. And I just pay attention. And if they're not writing it down, I'm done.
That's correct.
I'll be friendly. Yeah. But I'm not. It's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. Because they're not being a good steward with that resource. Yeah. Right. But the people that will go, oh, that's great. And then you see them open up their phone and order on Amazon, click, click, click. Yeah. I'm all in. Yeah. I'll run through walls for you. Absolutely. Right. And I think that's probably who Jesus picked, and I think the evidence of that is after he was crucified, where did he find them after he was resurrected? Where did he find them? They were working. So they had some work ethic. Yeah. And I think that's really what to look for.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Man, what a great conversation. I'm enjoying this so much, man. But we're gonna get ready to wrap it up soon. But let me say this real quick. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. This is our last question for today.
Okay. I could go for hours. This is fun.
What is your why? I'm not sure what time you wake up in the morning. I'm a
4:44.
You're 4:44?
4:44.
I'm a 4:30 guy.
Let's go.
What is it that wakes you up? Like what keeps you going? On those days where you say, you know what? Man, the day's knocking at my door. Demands are like just screaming at me right now. But what is it that keeps Brian Dixon going? What is on the inside of him? What is that lion on the inside of him that says, I'm going to keep going every day to serve my wife,
Yeah.
serve my kids, lead within my community? What is that? What is your why?
Okay, my freshman year of college,
Okay.
I was in a life-changing car accident. 18 years old. I went to college in Canada, so it was icy road.
Yeah.
Got T-boned. And as I saw the car coming, couldn't stop because of the ice. Saw this car coming. I got hit. I leaned over the middle of the car, clenched my fist, right? Clenched my fist.
Yeah.
Hit. I broke my hip in 26 places. Okay, I was stuck in the car, and I remember closing my eyes and clenching my fists. And as soon as I got hit, bam! I thought that was it.
Wow.
18 years old. And then I guess a couple seconds later, it felt like forever, but a couple seconds later, I opened my eyes and I saw my fist. And I remember looking at him and going, I'm alive, my hands work. And just this flood of emotion of, Lord, I have a second chance.
Wow.
Because I was living a double life, going to Bible college, but, going a little
Yeah.
too far with my girlfriend
Yeah.
and looking at stuff I'm not supposed to on the internet. And,
Yep.
and I live on borrowed time.
Yeah.
I have a second chance. He gave me a second chance.
Yeah.
So literally every day, every day, I ask my wife every day,
Yeah.
I wake up and I say three words, let's do it.
Wow.
Every day, 4:44, I'm like, let's do it. This morning, let's do it. It was cold today too. Let's do it. Today is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I do not hit the alarm.
Yeah.
I hit the floor.
Yeah.
I get my clothes on. My job is to get out of the house as soon as possible without waking anybody up.
Yeah.
It's because the gym opens at 5.
Yeah.
So I'm there at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I want to be in that group of guys. As soon as the door opens, I'm walking in the gym.
Yeah.
And get my mind right, get my body right for the day.
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Because God just gave me another day.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
That's right.
Because that car accident was 18 years old and I'm 47.
Wow.
So he gave me, 29 extra years?
Yeah.
29 extra years?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, Lord? Oh, keep going.
Absolutely.
I want to make the most of today, and I hope I get another day. And if
Yeah.
I don't, I left it all on the field.
Left on the table.
I left it all every day,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's my why. My why is helping you tell your story.
Yeah.
And that's my stewardship right now. I think it's for life, but if he really calls me to something else, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I love that.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
If I'm here, I'm going to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah, we're brothers for sure, man, because as I'm hearing you speak, literally, like, that's my heartbeat as well. Mm-hmm. I look at every day that we get a chance to wake up in the mornings.
It's amazing.
That's-
And I wake up next to the most beautiful woman in the world,
Absolutely.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
I walk by 3 bedrooms on my way down the stairs.
Yeah.
The coolest kids ever,
100%.
right? My amazing dog's down in the basement. I live in an incredible house. I just got a brand new car.
Yeah.
My car's already warm.
Yeah.
I walk out. I mean, life and breath, so much abundance. I'm not mad about it. I want to be a good steward of all these resources.
Correct.
It's so great. 3 doctors told me I'd never walk again.
Yeah.
I've run like 14 marathons now.
Wow.
Right? I want to lift every day. I want to run every day. Like I want to use what I have for his glory.
Absolutely.
Not trying to earn it, but going, look, Daddy, isn't this awesome?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we have a gift every single day.
Yeah.
And now with the technology we have, we can do it even more and get it out to more people. It's
100%.
incredible.
100%.
Why are we mad about it? It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes we act like Jonah and we're just mad that the little plant that we was going to provide a shade that it didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, but you saved a whole city. You saved a whole city. Come on, man. You know?
Yeah.
So don't despise the small beginnings. Look at the good things that are happening.
Yeah.
In our company, we meet every day at 10 a.m. and we go over our gains, our goals, and our gaps.
Yeah.
What's the gain? And sometimes our team struggles. They're like, there's no gain. There's only gaps.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's something. There's something you can celebrate.
That's right.
Oh, I got a nice email. Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
nice email. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because every day you have like a million inputs every day.
Yeah.
And you can decide to look at the good things, or look at the bad things.
That's right.
Right? But when what you pay attention to grows.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so every day I wake up in the morning, I'm like, let's go. I
telling
get
you.
another day to do that again
Yeah.
and do it better.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. 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 I love that, man. I know for me, I love being in a position of responsibility.
Come on.
I love that.
Yeah.
I hear what you said, because literally I do that from time. I don't do it every day.
Yeah.
But if you ever just prayer walk your house, man,
Oh, yeah.
like literally,
It's ridiculous.
you roll up, like you said, roll up to I get a chance to walk through everybody's bedroom and just hear kids snoring.
It's the best.
You know, you trip over Lego pieces, right?
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Of course
It's all
it
about
is.
perspective, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then every day I get a chance to wake up and I have so much to be grateful and thankful for. I remember at the age of 21, moving to Charlotte, to a city that I don't really know anybody in the city, and wanting these things, but wanting God more. And what I feel like, anytime God adds to your life, he's taking a risk, because he's saying, if I give you these things,
What you going to do?
it could become idolatry.
That's right.
You know, it could become idolatry. You can begin to
Easy.
want those things more than me.
Yeah.
So constantly I remind myself to say, you know what? God must see me. I'm hoping he's bragging on me.
That's right.
Just like he bragged on David, he bragged on Job.
Yeah.
I also think about, like, what would be the nickname that God would give me?
Yeah.
And I want God to be able to say, "He is a man that has become a good steward of everything that I've given him." That's my why. That's what keeps me going every single day. At the end of the day, I want to die empty. I don't leave no coins on the table. I want to die empty, and that's my why as well. So
That's so good.
yeah.
I love it.
Well, man, what a rich conversation today, man.
proud
We
of you.
got to do this again, man.
Let's go.
But thanks again for tuning in today to Behind the Chair podcast. I look forward to this. And Brian, thanks again for being a part.
Love you, man. I'm proud of you.
Love you more, man. And we'll see you next time. Behind the Chair podcast. It's your boy, D. Scott. Peace.